Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Economics. We are back after a little week hiatus for Brian to bleach his cat hairs. I don't know what he was doing last week, why he couldn't do the show, but he couldn't do it. So we decided to take a week off and come back fresh and ready to go for this week. We have a lot to talk about. Wakanda Forever is dropping on Thursday for us. We'll be seeing it on Thursday. So much more going on as well. How has been your week and a half, Brian, that since last time I saw you? How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Mark. I watched Werewolf by Night, which we'll
Oh,
talk
finally.
about.
That's nice.
Yes, I made a point to watch it.
That's why I thought you didn't want to do the show last week because you hadn't had a chance to watch it yet. So you were trying to find a way to get out of doing a show for Halloween, so that way you couldn't be like, oh, I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
Well, yes and no. I hadn't had a chance to watch it.
I knew it.
Also, by the time I got out of work, get home, make dinner, and then we have the trick-or-treaters coming, which we get a lot of. So I enjoy that.
None.
You say that every year.
Nearly a trick-or-treater. So much so that I feel bad for my wife, so I dress up in a random costume and trick-or-treat at our house. So she has one trick-or-treater.
Sounds sad.
Yeah, well, it makes her feel happy. So
hey, that's all that matters.
Things you do to, keep peace in
the Middle East.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know what we're talking about.
Not either.
But I'm happy.
Welcome to the show, everybody. If you hadn't figured it out by now, we have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, and plus it was hard to just fit it in. So I was like, let's just take the week off. And next week, we're going to be dropping on Monday. I'll tell everybody now. We're going to review Wakanda Forever.
Yes.
And that's going to be our show next week. Spoilers and all. So that'll be dropping on Monday.
Yes.
So if you want to come to us and listen to us talk about it.
Yeah, because by then you've already listened to everyone else talk about it. So why not listen to us talk about it too?
Yeah, why not?
We always like to be the last person that you hear from about anything that's important.
Yeah.
Because everything seems to drop either right after the show's recorded or like the next day when all the big news happens.
Well, we're going to see it Thursday night.
Yeah.
We need a night to think about it. We're going to review it on Friday, fresh, and we're going to release it on Monday. That's our goal. So,
yes.
But we're going to end the show talking about our predictions because I got a few.
Okay.
A lot of news has happened in the last week and a half.
Yes.
Before we get to news, Mark, how was your week? Anything worth talking about before we get into the news?
I don't know if we didn't talk about this beforehand, but I don't know if you'd had a chance to watch it yet. I did watch the Weird Al Yankovic movie on Roku.
I plan on watching it this week.
Of course you haven't. Not seen it yet. I don't know why you even bring things up anymore.
Well, here's the thing. I wanted to watch it in the living room. Yeah. But I don't have Roku in the living room.
You don't need it. As long as you have the app, you can watch it.
Oh, I
you don't need to have the actual channel.
Well, we have a Roku TV in our bedroom.
Oh, no. If you have like a Fire Stick or any of that kind of situation, you can just go to the Roku app and you don't have to sign up for Roku. You can watch it.
Oh, well, I have an account because of my other TV. All right.
But I don't have one, so I just went on the Roku channel on Amazon, and they're letting people just watch it without having to have the Roku.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good.
Like a free preview of Roku.
Yeah. I plan on watching it this week. I'm super stoked. I love Weird Al. I'm very.
You will enjoy it. You will enjoy it.
Did you watch it?
I did. I just said I did.
Did you like it?
It was all right.
It's a comedy.
It is a comedy. It reminded me a lot of Walk Hard.
Well, yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same kind of like fake mockumentary kind of thing.
Making fun of parodying biopics. Yeah. And I love Walk Hard. Walk Hard.
Yes, no, Walk Hard was excellent, and this was good. It's just I don't know. It kind of like went too far off the reservation for as the kids would say.
All right. Well, the next time we meet, the week of Thanksgiving, I will have watched it, and we'll save it for then.
Yeah.
All I had no idea. I was like, oh, I can only watch this in my bedroom. Is this?
Well, I thought the same thing. So I just kind of like just took a shot. I'm like, well, maybe I have to sign up for Roku and then just cancel it right afterwards. But no, it was like you can watch it. I was like, oh, cool.
Sweet. All right. I'll definitely
part of their free app for Roku.
All right. I'll have to look for the Roku app.
Yeah.
Which I was unaware of. I thought it was only the TVs.
No, they have like a channel, like a whole thing.
All right. That's cool.
Yeah, it's like Ion for streaming services.
Ooh, Ion.
The only thing I could equate it to. And Claire's like, what is Ion? I'm like, oh, sorry. I guess I'm a TV person. I was like, I just know like Ion is like the channel like your grandparents watch because it's got all the shows that they love.
It's like all the shows from CBS.
Yeah,
Bones,
all the CBS reruns are on there. It's like Paramount Plus without having to get a streaming service.
Right.
Not having control over what they show you.
Anything else? You watched the Weird Al? Anything else?
Yeah, I actually started. I was going through my rewatch of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I kind of.
I'm in. Speaking of Brooklyn Nine, I am episode 15 of season 1 right now.
Oh, I'm past that.
Oh, of course you are. I watched 2 episodes in the morning. And it's interesting because I started the show at the end of season 1 and I watched a lot about season 3.
Yeah.
And I started from the beginning. And I realized after the Halloween episode, the show finds its footing. Those first couple episodes feels very
rough.
different.
It's rough. Yeah. It's a rough watch.
Well, I wouldn't call it. For me, it wasn't rough. It was.
Well, no, it's just like I've seen later seasons, so I know like how good the show gets. And it's like, wow, they were really struggling at the very begining to like figure out what they were trying to do.
Yeah, they just didn't hit the rhythm.
Yeah, that's all. So, because of that, randomly, I was on Netflix watching something else. I can't remember what it was now. But I saw Communities on there.
Oh yeah, I love Community.
So I started a rewatch of Community because I haven't seen it in forever.
Oh, that's one of my top.
And I love it. It's like one of the best shows ever.
Yeah, that's why I could not watch that show BP Bio or whatever. Because
BP Bio?
Yeah, I'm like, I just want Community, and this show is just not cutting it for me. Like all I kept thinking was how great Community was, and I watched that show. I watched 2 episodes. I'm like, I can't do it. This is not Community. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it's unfair to compare. But Community is one of the best. Yeah.
Ugh. It's like I'm only in like the 3rd season, and I'm like, how did this show not like have like multiple like 9 to 10 seasons?
Well, we don't want to have 10 seasons.
No, but it's just like one of those shows where it's like, I don't want it to stop. I'm sad this is going to end.
You do know they're working on the movie.
I've heard this rumor, yes.
Well, it's not a rumor. Dan Harmon confirmed it. They're all on board.
Nice.
And Danny
Even
Glover,
Chevy Chase?
He dies.
That makes sense.
They kill his character off.
That makes sense.
Not to ruin it.
Yeah, I mean, we all heard the stuff about that. If you're into Community at all, you know what happened there. So
yeah, he's dead, so he ain't come back. But they were wondering if Glover, Danny Glover would come back.
Donald Glover.
Why did I say Danny Glover? Oh, Danny Glover's from Lethal Weapon.
Yes.
Donald Glover, if he would come back or not, and he is, and it sounds like it's in the works. So 6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah. No, of course. That was the whole shtick. Yeah.
Wait until you get to the D&D episodes are the best.
Oh yeah, no, the paintball episodes are also fantastic.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know if Netflix did it, but I know on Hulu, I don't know how it was just so stupid. It was one of those episodes because Chang dresses up as a dark elf, and when everything happened a couple years ago,
yeah.
Hulu took that episode off, and people were like, "Oh, all right, come on."
Yeah.
And the whole point was Shirley and them was like, "You're basically black.
You can't be doing this." Yeah.
And that was the whole. That was the whole point. But
it's crazy too because they talk about how Pierce does it continually. Like Like, I just watched one of the episodes. Like, can you believe that he blackface and then whiteface over top of the blackface and thought that was better?
Yeah. So I don't know if Netflix has that episode. They got rid of it. It's a shame if they did, because those episodes, the D&D, the two-parter. Oh, and the two-parter, the Pillow Fort episode is.
Oh yeah, I just did that one. I just got past that one.
Ken Burns style.
Yeah, the Ken Burns style. Yes,
dude, so good. I know they have some of the best episodes of television.
Yeah, it was Dan Harmon's probably best work, and the fact that the Russo brothers like shot most of it and directed like almost every episode.
Well, they did the paintball episodes. They did the action.
Yeah.
Episodes. Yeah, they did a lot. Russo brothers. That's where they got their start.
Yeah.
And that's how they got Marvel, because of the paintball episodes.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige was a big fan of those episodes.
I mean, makes sense. They're fantastic.
But yeah, that's a great rewatch.
Yeah.
Anything else, Marcus?
Not really. It's been pretty quiet. Andor still going on.
Season 2 is already in production, they said?
Yeah, season 2 is already in production. Season 1, we've got 3 episodes left. It's getting pretty intense. It's definitely your parents' Star Wars. It's the way I like tell people. It's Star Wars for adults. It's not kids' Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, there's actually like political intrigue and like storytelling, which is uncommon for Star Wars. Because it's just blaster battles and aliens and ships.
Yeah.
This is more of your grounded, nitty-gritty Star Wars.
Yeah.
So
my vacation's coming up, so I'm going to dive in.
I mean, that's good. Nice to see you actually like watch a show in the year that it actually came out in. That'd be nice.
You like that? Yeah.
Well,
I got a nice vacation coming up after Thanksgiving, and then I got my winter vacation after Christmas, so I'll have time.
Yeah. You'll not watch anything.
I have plans.
He says that comes back afterwards and says, "I didn't get a chance to watch anything. I was busy basket weaving."
Lord of the Rings is on my list.
The movies?
The movies. F the show. I don't care about the show, but the movies.
The show's good. You'll like the show after you watch the movies.
Maybe. I mean, I still could not get into that first episode was so boring.
Because you don't know anything. If you know the characters a little bit more, it helps.
I guess. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
All right, Mark. Let's jump into the news that we missed.
Okay.
Before we get into Werewolf by Night and Wakanda Forever predictions.
Okay.
Over the week and a half, some big news. The DCU is now going to be taken over. James Gunn and his partner in crime. I forget his name. I wish I knew it by heart. But these two gentlemen are going to be taking over the DCU. And both of them have been partners with back since Slither, Guardians of the Galaxy, most of James Gunn's work. I think it's great news because I think James Gunn he's a comic book guy, just like Kevin Feige. He knows his stuff, and it could give them a direction with what they have currently and what they can do in the future. So I think the future is bright for the DCU now that you have someone that cares. Because the last guy didn't know what he was doing. And I'm not talking about Snyder, the guy that took over since Snyder. Just seemed like he had no idea what was going on. So that was some big news, which I thought was really cool. At this Christmas, we're getting the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, which I saw the trailer for. It looks really good.
It's really good, yes.
Yeah. Kevin Bacon shows up, and it looks like it's going to take place on Earth. It looks like we're just going to be focusing on 2 Guardians of the Galaxies. And so it looks like a more grounded movie special. And then Guardians of the Galaxy 3 comes out next year, which I'm very excited for.
Peter Safran.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think this is a great news, especially with Warner Brothers / Discovery now, with everything happening. Things.
How does this deal with the Guardians situation?
What?
Like, how is he still doing the Guardians movie?
Guardian movies are done.
Oh, okay.
Once Guardian, he already filmed. All that stuff's doing FX right now.
So that'll be his last Marvel thing.
Yes.
Gotcha.
That is his last Marvel thing.
Gotcha.
And it's also interesting. The first person he called when he got the job was Kevin Feige. And those two are good friends. So yeah. he really, Kevin Feige is a good model or mentor, in the industry when it comes to something world building. So I think it should be good. And I mean, for me, I'm very excited for Peacemaker season 2. Hopefully that still happens. I think Peacemaker season 1 was like probably one of my favorite shows of the year when it comes to superhero stuff. Then in Netflix news, Mark, I don't know how they're going to pull this off since there is no volume 4. Umbrella Academy season 4 is underway in production. It's going to be the final season.
I mean, I think they could pull from.
I read all 3 novels. I mean, it ends.
They didn't cover like some things, so they could still pull some things, I think.
I do want to.
Because he also had a story. I think he was like, wasn't there a thing where he had a story that they didn't release yet? Like he hasn't put out.
He hasn't put out volume 4, which is dealing with the new group, which happened in season 3, which I haven't seen. But now season 3 got kind of panned. Considerable compared.
Kind of went off the rails. It was kind of a mix of season. It was a mix of the story from the hotel story,
which is my least favorite.
The Sparrow Academy story.
But the Sparrow Academy never happened. See, the thing is, the hotel ends. Volume 3 ends with the Sparrow showing up.
Yeah.
And we have it. They have not released anything since.
Yeah. So I think like they combined the 2 stories kind of. Like his unreleased story of the Sparrow Academy, like his volume 4 and like volume 3, like were combined together.
Yeah. So I don't know
which was kind of strange. It was kind of muddled.
Right.
Like they could have not done the Sparrow Academy stuff and saved that. And then where they like ended the season. I'm trying to remember how the book ends for volume 3.
It ends with the Sparrow Academy showing up.
Oh, okay. So they do like a whole different ending to the end of the season.
We see, and
they do hint at in the books. They hint that the father is an alien.
Yes,
but they delve more into it in the show.
See, I liked volume 1 and 2. For volume 3 of the Umbrella Academy on the graphic novels I speak of.
Yeah.
Volume 3
kind of went off the rails.
Did not do anything for me. Yeah. I thought nothing about it was great. It's
like one of those things where it got too into it's like a thing where it gets too much into itself. It like tries to be too much.
It was too, and I honestly, the artist was not my favorite who did those books. Yeah. The artwork was not my favorite.
Yeah.
I just felt like a little stronger. Someone with stronger artwork skills could have really shown what he was trying to accomplish, because I was confused all through volume 3. And when I got my footing, it was near the end. And I kind of felt like 2, you start 2, it's a little confusing, but you're like, oh, you're with these characters, you're figuring it out. 3 was just like, we're going to do the same thing, but it's so fucked up. And I just don't know. My favorite. It wasn't. So I'm interested to now watch the shows. It's on my list for this winter.
I could have missed season 3 and not been like disappointed in it. I could have been like, whatever.
Nobody really talked about it. It came out and it
wasn't great. it kind of, like I said, it was very muddled. The storytelling was very muddled. But I don't know. I think it's just I don't know.
It's lost its luster.
I think it's Netflix itself has lost its luster. Like their own producing of things, I think, has gotten worse.
Well, I mean, you can't. It's not like there's an entity writing all these shows called.
No, but I'm saying like
these are writers,
different, like the different, like it feels like the quality is not as good as it used to be with Netflix stuff.
Well, even if the quality is not good, if the writing is good, who cares?
But I mean, that goes towards the quality, I'm saying.
Well, if the story wasn't good, then it's just
yeah.
If it's the same writers, to me that says maybe because they don't have source material to pull from, they don't know what to do. So it's on my list.
But it seems like they're just not as good as their own with stuff.
Right.
To be.
Maybe it's like the Game of Thrones thing. Once you don't have source material, they're like, I don't know what to do now.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what happens.
Or just their stuff's not as brilliant as the stuff that was already pre-done.
Right.
So it's like you're knocking down the quality.
And if they didn't have a volume 4 to pull from, and even volume 3, which was very muddled, if you have a bunch of writers that are like, I can't make heads or tails of this, well, we got to do our own thing.
Yeah. Well, I also like, again, I'm going back to the graphic novel and trying to remember because it was years ago that I read the graphic novel. Like, is the graphic novel volume 3 like more driven by? Oh,
there's so much going on in that one.
Was it more driven by Elliot Page's character than it is by other stuff?
If I'm not mistaken, she's sidelined. I think she's in a wheelchair.
That's right. I'm kind of coming back to it now.
The whole thing.
I think that like nothing against like anything, but I don't like somebody who was kind of an ancillary character in the first 2 seasons, be it whatever the decision making was in doing that, just making that character like a main focus of the last season.
She was the big focus of the first volume.
Yes, but like on the 3rd volume, it just kind of I don't know. It was a very jumbled.
They're in space. There's a space station. They're doing space.
Yeah, they didn't even touch on that in this one. They did a little bit, but not like
a lot. Yeah. And it felt like the group wasn't even together. It
was broken up a lot in this season too. That didn't help either.
Yeah, I hate when they do that personally.
Yeah. Break up the party, as they say.
Also, big news: we are going to be getting season 3 of The Witcher in the summer of 2023. I still got to watch season 2 of.
Yes.
Very excited, but sad to hear the news. Henry Cavill is leaving The Witcher after season 3, which has already been filmed.
Yeah.
Liam Hemsworth will be taking over.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. Liam Hemsworth is not. He seems very plain Jane. He doesn't really have that feel, I guess. I don't know.
I put Liam Hemsworth, and I'll probably get something from this from somebody or even you. I put him in the same vein as Sylvester Stallone's brother and Patrick Swayze's brother.
No, I agree with you.
He's just not the Hemsworth.
He's not interesting.
He's not the real Hemsworth. It's like almost
generic, dollar store general. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Second tier Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Low rent. You can't get the real Hemsworth. You go get Liam Hemsworth.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
We can't get Chris, but we can get ourselves some Liam, and that's kind of the same thing, but not.
It's
the more budgetary constrained version of Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
It'd be even worse if they went and got the other Hemsworth, who was, in the Thor movie. That would have been even worse because he's really not Hemsworth.
Well, oh man, it's sad. I want to watch season 2. Season 3 sounds really good.
I want you to see how they like deal with it. Like Do they?
He's just taking over the character, so
They just keep going like nothing happened and act like nothing changed. Because that worked so well for other shows that have done that. Change the main character with
it's
just an actor swap.
it's just gonna be an actor swap unless he's playing a different character, unless he's playing a different Witcher, which would make more sense.
Which would make more sense if it was like the Witcher was past like not like it wasn't that Witcher.
Yeah, because there's
more story of a
Witcher.
different Witcher, you know. Like they wrap up Henry, whatever his name is, Cavill's Witcher story.
Right.
It gets moved to a different Witcher.
That way he can come back.
Yeah.
Geralt can come back.
Yeah.
Because I would hate to see that Liam takes over and it's not well received. It's going to kill the show.
It's not get well received because it's not going to be the same thing.
I know.
It's like Henry Cavill was made for that character.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean,
but he wants to be Superman again, so you know.
He did show up at the end of Black Adam. He showed up at the end, so he is back as Superman, baby.
Did that do anything?
Yes, it was #1 over the last.
I mean, like worth anything? Like, was it like reviewed well or anything? Like, I heard nothing.
I didn't hear people talk about it, but it was reviewed favorably amongst the audience. Critically, it was kind of but the people who saw it liked it. But it's not a movie for me, so I didn't want to see it. I'll watch it when it's on HBO.
I mean, it's like, was it like reviewed favorably as a superhero movie or reviewed favorably as the best DCU type movie?
Oh, it was not reviewed as the best DCU movie. No.
Okay. Which is not good because they're not like that many good DCU movies.
Black Adam, Rotten Tomatoes. I can tell you what it's on Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes, we are looking at a 40% for critics.
Yikes.
And an 89% for audience score.
Yeesh.
Only 267 critics reviewed it, but over 5,000 people reviewed it from the audience.
Wow. So that's not bueno.
Yeah, but it still did well for the box office. So I guess that's all that really matters.
You only keep hearing about it. Like usually if it's like a big movie, you'd keep hearing about it. Like,
yeah, I hate
it. Don't to go see Black Adam. It's kind of like how Black Adam happened.
I mean, Black Adam is just kind of like the appetizer before Wakanda. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's like getting people in the mood for going back to the theater. That's all.
I mean, we didn't talk about it during the previous story with the James Gunn stuff, but like, is there still a chance to save the DCEU?
Yeah.
I mean, with all the bad like stuff that's come about with DCEU stuff.
But there's been good stuff too, and I don't think.
But what was the last good thing?
Peacemaker.
But I'm talking about the movies.
The Batman was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite superhero movies.
Or are they going to make another one?
Yeah. It's on the docket. They are making a sequel.
And they're making the second Joker.
Yep. That's
not in the same universe, so to speak.
It's its own story, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like there's not as much there anymore.
Well, I think having new people take over and have a vision, which is good. Also, we have right now, we're kind of in the MCU fatigue phase right now, where this phase has gone on long enough. And there's a lot of fatigue there. So I think.
But is there though? Or is that just with you?
I think a lot of people are. There's a lot of people who are just kind of fatigued by the MCU right now. They want a direction. And a lot of people are like, where are we going? I think
there is one. I think it's just we just don't know what it is yet.
Yes, but it's been taking a long time to get there.
Well, I don't know. I don't think it's the same level. I don't think it's kind of surprising that they're like I don't know. I was kind of surprised that he came back to play Superman again.
I think he's a great Superman.
He's a great Superman. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's kind of surprising for them to put it in that movie.
But to have him come back, The Rock really wanted him to come back, and I think it can be done. I think they can salvage and create something special.
Are they still going to release that Flash movie?
See, that's the question. Nobody's talking about that. And I mean, with Ezra Miller facing jail time.
I mean, also the fact that like they also scrapped the whole movie that was like already in production.
Oh, it's done. I mean,
yeah. Well, no, I'm saying like the Batgirl movie.
Yeah, Batgirl movie.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of a bad look.
Well, that's when the whole Discovery took over.
Yeah.
So they could eat. I don't know what they're going to do with Flash. Are they going to scrap it? Remake
the Discovery thing too. I think also like it makes me wary. Like I don't know what other people have heard about or seen or whatever, but it seems like they're not as apt to spend the big cash like the previous Warner Brothers was on stuff. So it'd be interesting to see like how much effort they put into it, is what I'm trying to say. It seems like their TV side, they've definitely like scaled back immensely.
Yeah, but Warner
they got rid of their own like productions completely.
Well, they just some new season of one of their shows just dropped.
Well, like anything on TNT or like any of that stuff got scrapped. Like they.
Well, that's different right now.
Snowpiercer and that Samantha Bee show, like everything that they were producing, they got rid of.
Yeah, it will come back. They were probably just they're reorganized.
We'll see. It's interesting. We'll see how it goes, but I don't know. Like I like the DCU stuff isn't terrible to the point where like I wouldn't watch it at all, but I'm also not like rushing out to go see the things either.
I mean, I want to see Shazam 2. I'm excited for Shazam 2. I like Shazam 1.
That would be the spot where like Black Adam should appear.
I don't know. It's out. It appeared. They're out.
No, I'm saying, but like the next time you see Black Adam, wouldn't he be like that's like isn't he the villain for Shazam? Like, wasn't that the whole shtick of it?
The Rock talked about that in an interview, and The Rock basically said you need to have an origin story, and also he's like, his character should not be second fiddle. So, but he said it will happen. So probably Shazam 3 or Black Adam 2. We could see these two together.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Shazam 2 had already been done. I mean, this movie got pushed. This movie was supposed to come out a year ago. So they got to get it out. And then with the new people in charge, I'm sure there's going to be a little bit more synergy there.
Yeah.
But
anyway, Liam Hemsworth's going to be the Witcher, and it's not going to be as good as it was when Henry Cavill was the Witcher.
Right.
Bring it all back around to where we were.
Right. Also, one last thing, there is rumors, that a spinoff of WandaVision called Vision Quest
is
in production, or it will be starting production. It will have the White Vision.
Yes.
Also, there's rumors that Wanda could show up again.
I think that's a known thing that's going to happen. I mean,
she died.
But she still is contracted for more movies, so she's going to reappear somewhere.
Do we know that for sure? I don't think we know that. So I don't know. It's a rumor. This could just be about Vision. I don't know. Wanda could show up in flashbacks. Wanda could be showing up in that world prior to her death.
Yeah, I think
but White Vision doesn't have his humanity. So I don't know where Wanda would fit into that. You know what I'm saying? Unless the memories of Wanda is what brings him back. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Because White Vision is cold-hearted. You know, he is.
Yeah. Well, he started up being that way.
Exactly. So.
Yeah.
It is rumored called Vision Quest. This is something that was not discussed at D23 or any of those things. So, like I said, this is just a rumor. that it is happening.
Yeah. I remembered now going through IGN really quick. I was scrolling through looking for things to talk about. I remembered now the other thing that I watched and why I was on Netflix and I found Community. I watched All Quiet on the Western Front, the new version.
What?
All Quiet on the Western Front is a movie that was made way back when, but a German filmmaker remade it. And it's all in German, or you can watch the dubbed version if you want to. But it's got Zemo in it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
The same actor there?
Yeah. And it's really good. It's long. It's about war in World War One, but it's really good.
Now, was it made for Netflix?
Yeah.
It's one of those made for Netflix movies that we don't know about.
It was a movie that was produced by Netflix. Like they just like I think they fronted the distribution of it.
Right.
But it's made in German. It's made like a European made movie.
Nice.
But,
I've heard of the original.
Yes. Yeah.
So what your review is, go see it?
Yes. If you have time. It's long. And it's a tough watch because it's about war. And it's like very realistic. But yeah, if you have time, do yourself a favor. It'll probably be mentioned come Oscar time, I'm thinking. For some stuff.
I saw 2 movies as well. Speaking of which, I'll give 5-second review. Black Phone, it's on Peacock. Awesome movie, great thriller, horror elements, but fantastic. 5-second review of Smile. Saw that right before Halloween.
Yeah.
Creepy as hell. It made me sleep with the lights on. If you like horror movies, Smile was definitely good.
I knew it was going to be like a really good movie for the fact that even just the trailer freaked Claire out. She was like, no. Every time the trailer would come on, she'd change the channel. She's like, nope, I'm not even watching the trailer for this. It's that creepy looking.
It was creepy. It gets crazy at the end.
Yeah.
But Black Phone, it's more of a thriller.
Yeah.
More of a whodunit a little bit. It takes place in the 70s. There's this guy called the Grabber. He's taking little children.
Yeah. Who's Watts that plays the Grabber?
Yes.
His name.
Who's Watts? Ethan Hawke.
Yes.
There is supernatural elements.
I want to say Hudson Hawk, but I know that's always wrong.
The daughter, the actress who plays the little daughter, steals the movie. She's fantastic. But it's a great movie. Allison and me watched it. She was like on the edge of her seat. We had to pause it in the middle of it because she's like, I need to breathe. This is like intense, a very intense movie.
They made a haunted house for that at Universal.
Wow. I don't know how would you do that, but that's creepy.
Yeah, you can check it out online. There's different walkthroughs of it, but they combined it with Freaky, the other Blumhouse movie.
Oh,
Vince Vaughn.
Plays
a serial killer and then gets like
swaps with the girl.
Like Freaky Friday, but swaps with the girl.
Yeah.
They combine those 2 movies together into a haunted house.
Interesting.
Yeah. Interesting. Like the first half was Freaky and the second half is Black Phone.
Interesting.
Yeah. They call it the Horrors of Blumhouse.
Black Phone came out back in February.
Yes.
I remember watching the trailer and I was so pissed because I recommend going in cold. The trailer gives a lot away, not everything.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, if you were to watch the trailer, you'd just be like, why did I do that? I thought whoever made the trailer was horrible. Like,
well, Blumhouse has unfortunately sometimes has a tendency to do that when they do their trailers. They have a tendency to give everything away.
You need some surprises.
Yeah, like the Freaky trailer. Like I saw the trailer for it. I'm like, I don't need to see that movie, and because it's gonna be scary, and I'm not gonna watch it anyways. But it's basically just Freaky Friday, but with a serial killer. So it's like, why do you need to see that? I don't want to see that.
They should have kept it like a surprise, like Vince Vaughn's a killer, and told you.
And not show that he switches bodies with a teenage girl, and then like hilarity ensues.
Hilarity ensues.
I don't know. That's how I was like when I thought through. I'm like, and now funny things happen because Vince Vaughn's inside a teenage girl body, and the girl's inside a killer's body.
Fun times are had by all.
Like now the murdering happens at the high school, and no one notices and says anything.
All right, Mark, let's get into Werewolf by Night.
Yes.
So I watched this last night, and I would tell you, I like was just kind of like, all right, I gotta watch this. I gotta watch this.
I watched it on Halloween. I watched it last night.
I watched last night. Surprisingly, I really enjoyed it. Also, it did leave me wanting more.
Yes.
I did enjoy those characters, Ted and the
Man
guy,
Thing.
huh?
Man Thing.
Oh yeah, Man Thing. His name is Ted.
Yes.
Like it has this very Solo and Chewy feel to them a little bit.
Yes. Yeah.
If Solo was a little bit more friendly.
Yes.
And it's interesting because this movie came out, nobody was really talking about it. I think you're the only one who talked about it with me. Which
is surprising because it's really, really good.
It is really good. I just think like the fatigue of how just I felt like She-Hulk became a chore, that I was just kind of like, all right, I'm just waiting for Wakanda to come out. And then but this was awesome. It felt like if you were to cut off that beginning part, it doesn't even feel like a Marvel movie. It is it's shot differently. It's
the black and white aspect of it was really cool.
The guy who did the score, he wrote it, directed it, did the score. I hope we get to see more. I hope he does it again. I hope we get to see more of these characters. Yeah,
well, I have a feeling he's going to be like in the like Werewolf by Night character, at least. I think will reappear in like further down the line in other.
I hope so.
Like the Blade world.
I hope
so. As they call it.
It was so well done, and I highly recommend it. Like it kind of makes you feel like you're not watching an MCU movie. It feels just like its own little thing. The horror, the blood, I was surprised by. It's all black and white, so maybe they can get away with that, I guess.
Oh, they can get away with a lot more because of the black and white.
Yeah.
I think is why they did the black and white, because you can get away with a lot more.
I like how it ends. Obviously, there's more to it. There's some mystery behind them, how they become buddies like this.
Yeah.
I like how you're learning about him as you're going along with the other characters learning about him with you.
It definitely like put across the thing of like you could easily do origin stories this way and not have to do a full-blown series.
Yeah.
You can get away with a quick like 1 hour special.
I mean, I'm kind of happy that they're giving Falcon. No, not Falcon. Rewind. Iron Wars. Is that what I'm thinking of?
Ironheart?
Not Ironheart, but Cheadle's
Armor Wars.
Armor Wars is now going to be a movie.
Yes.
And I'm like, thank God. Just make it a movie.
Yeah.
Because I that's great.
Yeah.
I enjoy the movies more than the shows at this point. And I like honestly don't pad it out. I want the story,
Yeah.
But
I think it'd be good. But no, Werewolf by Night was really good. I like the fact, like the black and white thought of it. I thought the acting was really good by everybody in it.
Yeah.
It was very cool to see a different feel to a Marvel world.
The whole cast was great.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely would like to see more of it. That's for sure.
Monster hunters, and then we were introduced to the Bloodstone.
Yes.
So that's kind of cool. So that's now in the MCU. Monsters are in the MCU. Monster hunters.
Yeah.
So this really opens the world to Blade and all those characters. Yeah. So it was great. I did try to watch the making of, but I turned it off. I was just kind of, well, I don't need an hour.
Yeah, when the movie was an hour, I don't need another hour.
The guy, like,
how you made
at
it.
the beginning, I was like, it's all about him and his parents, and I'm like, it's humorous, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't need this. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad they let this guy do it, and I hope to see more. I want to see more of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, to see where it goes from here.
Yeah. And I think you make a good point, Mark. I think the MCU needs to rein it back a little bit and be like, all right, let's a little bit more focused. I think an hour long Disney Plus thing.
Yeah, I just don't think you need like as much exposition, if you will. You don't need to stretch out like She-Hulk.
Yeah.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. But if you had said, okay, we're going to give you an hour one-off She-Hulk, I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Fun little romp for an hour. That'd be fun. I don't think I needed 6 episodes of it.
Right. Well, it was not. It could have been
That's
6.
even worse. Yeah.
It could have been 6. I think 6 would have been the magic number for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Werewolf by Night in the MCU universe and as its own thing, for me, it's a 9. I give it a 9 on the scale, on our scale. What about you, Mark? What do you think?
I'll give it it wasn't the best thing I've ever seen from Marvel, so I'll give it an 8 on the Marvel scale.
It's weird, because I don't because it's on Disney Plus. I would say for me, it is the best Disney Plus produced MCU thing I've seen all year. I think it was better than She-Hulk. I think it was.
Well, no, because Loki came out this year.
Was that this year?
Yes.
I almost liked it more than Loki.
I don't know if I go that far.
I don't know. I think I like Werewolf by Night more than most of the shows that came out.
Yeah, because Hawkeye came out last Christmas.
Yeah. I don't know. Werewolf by Night, I really liked. Loki was this year, huh? I thought that was last year. No.
Let me look.
It was She-Hulk. You're probably right.
Maybe it was last year. You're right. Yeah. You're right. It was last year.
It was last year.
This year was Moon Knight in March, Miss Marvel in June, and then She-Hulk in August.
All right. For me, Werewolf by Night was better than all those, my opinion.
I don't know if it was better than Moon Knight.
I liked it more than Moon Knight.
I also have like a weird thing for Moon Knight, so that's probably why. That's like one of my favorites of all time. So
I mean, I think Moon Knight was up there, but
I mean, if you also like were worried about like Marvel fatigue, you're not getting a reprieve. So
I'm getting a reprieve right now. Like I'm
saying next year you're not going to get one.
I personally, I just enjoy the movies more. I just like to have a break from the shows. That's all.
Because next year you have What If season 2, early 2023, actually comes out.
I like
9 episodes of that.
I like the What Ifs though.
Early 2023, 6 episodes of Secret Invasion.
I'm looking forward to Secret Invasion.
Mid next year, not announced yet how many episodes, Echo, which will lead into Daredevil.
Secret Invasion, I'm pumped for.
Mid next year, which we haven't gotten when it's coming out, but 6 episodes of Loki season 2. Late next year, first season of Ironheart, which will come from Wakanda Forever. And then supposedly Agatha, Coven of Chaos.
That's probably my least.
Which is the end of next year.
Yeah, I'm not that excited for that.
And then early 2024, Daredevil, 18 episodes.
Oh, we'll see if they drop the ball with Daredevil or not.
Yeah, and then things still floating out there. An untitled Wakanda series. Spider-Man freshman year. Spider-Man sophomore year.
Vision Quest.
Marvel Zombies show. Wonder Man, which I think they just announced they
just cast
Wonder Man, right?
Yeah.
Possible untitled Nova series, which is in development. More What If, and then Vision Quest, which we talked about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
holy smokes.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, for me, Werewolf by Night is probably by far one of my favorite Disney Plus Marvel things of the year. All right, Mark, we're gonna wrap up the show with our predictions.
Speaking really quick about that Wakanda show.
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler, the guy who wrote and directed Black Panther and Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Through his own company, Proximity Media, in May, they announced Danai Gurira, who is Okoye, head of the Dora Milaje, which is said to be the origin of the spinoff for the character.
Oh, nice.
So it's going to talk about where she came from and how the Dora Milaje is going to be like that kind of thing.
That's cool.
Yeah. Awesome. So that'd be fun.
All right, hold on. All right, well,
she needs something to do now. Walking Dead's ending sooner or later.
Oh, they got the spinoff happening. Who knows? All right.
Did the show actually end finally?
I don't know. I don't pay attention.
I know we talked about this before, but it feels like it was supposed to end around Halloween, and I think like it's still going on somehow.
I don't know. Who knows?
That's why I know when the last episode is, so I can watch the final episode and see what the final ending of it is.
Well, you can do that. Wakanda Forever predictions. Do you have any, Mark? Because I have one. Because there has been talk about how Coogler and the writers have said that the internet, they know the predictions and the theories, and they say they're just not getting the whole picture. But it got me thinking that we might see not one, not two, but potentially multiple people dressed in the Black Panther suit at the end of this movie. That is my big prediction, that Black Panther might not be one person, but because they're a tribe and it's Wakanda Forever, I kind of feel like the Black Panther suit might embody his character, but might be it's not about the person in the suit, and it might be multiple people. It could potentially be multiple people at the very end of this film. That's my theory, Mark. What do you think? What's your theory?
I think Namor is going to kill Black Panther.
So Black Panther is going to be dead when the movie starts, though.
I think that's what happens, is Namor kills him.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that would make people hate him. Because just like having like, it'd be like, oh, there's no Black Panther, so we can just take over without any reasoning behind it. Makes no sense.
But I thought Namor is a good guy. No?
I don't think so.
I don't know much about it.
I think he can be either or. I think he's like a in-betweener.
I thought he was kind of like the Black Panther of Atlantis. No? Like he's kind of like...
Yeah, but like a bad place is, or not a bad place, but a one country's hero could be another country's villain.
Oh, I agree with you there. All right, that's your prediction.
He is the mutant son of a human sea captain and a princess of the mythical undersea kingdom of Atlantis.
Okay, so he's... Okay, so your prediction is he's going to kill...
Or he has something to do with, there's something that happened he is through the years he has been portrayed as an anti-hero, alternately as a good-natured but short-fused superhero or a hostile invader seeking vengeance for perceived wrongs that misguided surface dwellers committed against his kingdom. So I think it's going to be like something happens with Black Panther and Namor is somehow involved with his death. Or is perceived to have something to do with his death. Something along those lines.
Okay.
There has to be some reasoning to bring him into the story. It can't just be like he just decided out of the blue, oh, we're to go take over the dry land. We're sick of being in the ocean. We want to be on dry land. Why would they fight each other? That makes no sense.
For predictions, not writing the whole movie, Mark.
No, but that's my prediction. That's going to happen. And I think Siri is going to end up as Black Panther, which I know is too obvious, but as I've noted before with Marvel, what's usually the most easiest solution is probably what's going to happen.
Okay. All right. That's your prediction.
Because you already have in there, you have like they're going to have Okoye, which we just talked about. Her character is going to be in there. Nikoye is another character. Is like another sub hero of Wakanda. She's going to pop up. Ironheart's going to be in it. There's going to be a very big variety of minor level heroes.
Yeah.
And Baku's probably going to show up again. So, and I think Vivica A. Fox's character is going to die somehow too.
You think so?
The mom, yeah.
I don't think that's Vivica A. Fox.
Yeah. Yes, she was in Independence Day.
Are you talking about
Black Panther's mom?
Angela Bassett?
Oh, Angela Bassett. Yes, sorry.
Yes, it's not Vivica A. Fox. I was like,
I don't know.
Not in this movie.
Okay, whichever. Angela Bassett is gonna die.
I don't think
her character is gonna die.
No, because I think they're gonna be mourning T'Challa's death.
I think they are going to be, but I think in the midst of Namor invading, she's gonna pass somehow.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I buy that one. But that's your prediction.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, from what I heard, the reviews, because they had the red carpet like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Obviously, it's a red carpet. A lot of people loved it. A lot of people were saying they cried 2 to 3 times.
Which I'm not looking forward to.
Yeah.
I've already been told by Claire to make sure I'm sitting by you. Because it's like, if you're going to have emotionals, like, you should need to be by Brian.
You're going to hold my hand.
Well, no, I just told her, I said, sitting next to John during Clerks 3 was not very helpful because he's sitting between him and Dan. It was like sitting between 2 rock walls, basically.
I know. And plus, we don't want to get COVID from John. So
yes, exactly. So I'm going to sit as far away from John as possible. Put Hutzel next to him. Let Hutzel deal with it.
Yeah. Oh, man. But all right, well, that's any more predictions? I mean, I only have mine is we're going to see multiple Black Panthers. That's what I think.
I think they're going to end up with one Black Panther. I think there's no, I think it'd be weird to do the multiple Black Panthers. Not weird, but I think it'd just be like,
I think it shows that
I don't want to say a cop out, but like a cop out. Like, oh, he's so big that he couldn't, like, not one person could be his.
That's what I think.
But then you have to drag all those people along to all these other movies. That's the thing. It's like, why are you going to keep dragging this out? Just give it to a person.
No, you don't, Mark.
You're going to be here for almost 3 hours. I want to know who the Black Panther is going to be.
I don't think you need to, because then you can have different people. I mean, right now, the world is not really connected. So I'm not even thinking about that. Like, this phase is so disconnected, it's crazy. So I don't even think who's going to show up in another movie. I don't really care right now. But the fact is, you could have multiple Black Panthers doing multiple things. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But right now, we don't have any, like, nobody's showing up doing anything major right now anyway. So I'm not even worried about it. I mean, this closes off this phase. So
Yeah.
I feel my other
Like
prediction
the after
is,
credit scene is going to launch something.
yes, I think the after credit scene is going to be big. I think it's going to be pivotal to the overarching story.
And then a side note for Marvel news, which I'm assuming you've heard about and are very excited about. Have you heard they're doing a sequel to your favorite Marvel superhero team up movie? Eternals is getting a second movie.
I don't think they need a second movie. They need to be integrated into the other movies so we'll like them. Because I don't even know any of the characters. I don't care about
I knew they were getting a second movie when in the post credit scene we got the Harry Styles appearance.
Can we get over here? He's not a good actor. Get him out. He's not a good actor. Just get him out. He's not a good actor. Why do we get Harry Styles?
Olivia Wilde seems like him.
Harry Styles.
A little too much, in my opinion.
Stick to your crappy singing career, your watermelon
sugar
kisses or whatever.
Yes.
Your boring contemporary music.
Yes.
I don't even know. His music puts me to sleep. But anyway, his acting is not so good.
Yeah.
I understand why they did it. It brings in a younger audience, but
yeah.
Old people like us, I don't care.
Yeah.
But did they just announce Eternals 2? Because
I've heard it in the rumblings.
Oh, so it's a rumor because it wasn't announced.
Hold on, let me find out. I heard it. I don't remember if it was announced or if I just
wasn't announced. They never talked about Eternals 2 at all. Eternals 2 has not been talked about by anybody. Like rumblings. Who? From who? It's a rumor.
Hold on a second. Calm down.
I put it in the Vision Quest category.
Calm down.
I mean, I kind of feel like these characters need to be brought in different movies. That's what I think.
Okay. From Esquire. This is from Halloween, last Monday. It was spoiled by Patton Oswald. May have already spoiled for us that a couple of months ago. He said, because he played Pip the Troll alongside Harry Styles, Star Fox in the post-credit scene of Eternals.
Yep.
They've announced there's going to be an Eternal sequel, said Oswald. Chloe Zhao is going to direct it, so hopefully there will be more adventures of Star Fox and Pip.
Well.
So, it might have been something he let out of the bag by accident. He told the Today Show.
So it's just like one of those off-the-cuff sort of things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not on their schedule right now, so
no, but there's a couple spots for that they haven't given, a couple dates they haven't given movies to yet.
Well, we know that was Deadpool 3 was one of them.
Yes, but there's still another couple out there, so.
Yeah. All right, Mark. Well, it's been a show.
It's been a show.
We should wrap it up.
Wakanda Forever this Thursday.
Yeah.
We'll be there to watch it. And then we'll be back on Monday with a show we're going to record right after the next day on Friday. With us talking all about it. We'll decide if we're going to release it on Friday or release it on Monday. We haven't decided yet.
We'll put it out Monday.
Because why wait? Let's wait after everyone's already heard everything.
All right, you put we have we have the video version and the audio version. You can put the video out on Friday, and I can put the audio out on Monday.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyways, so yes, stay tuned for all that, and tomorrow. On a side note, if you haven't yet, don't forget to go out and vote because tomorrow is election day.
Yes, tomorrow is
very important.
And when you're
As my dad used to say, if you don't vote, I don't want to hear you fucking complaining about it.
I think a lot of people say that.
At least is my dad's big thing. He'd tell us, we'd come home from work and be like, all right, we're going to vote. And I'm like, oh, he's like, yeah, I don't want to hear you fucking complaining later on about stuff that's not the way you want it if you didn't vote.
Yes. Voting on Tuesday, and then I'm playing the new God of War on Wednesday, and we're seeing Wakanda on Thursday, and then Friday I have off. It's a good week, buddy.
Big week for Brian.
Damn,
everything's coming up Millhouse.
Everything's coming up Millhouse. Yeah. All right, we're out of here. We'll be back next week.
Yes, as always, check us out Facebook as always, and also we're on YouTube and everywhere you can get your podcasts. We are there. So as always, be safe, be well, be kind,
and rewind.
Bye, everybody.